Hello and welcome back to Spekd. The Psychic Awakening Blood of Baal is about to drop, and I'm really excited because this contains two of my favourite armies, and this is really where I started my whole journey into the 40k universe. The noble sons of Sanguinius, the 9th Legion defenders of humanity, the noble blood angels versus the ravenous, all-devouring swarming Tyranids. This is the escalation all the way back from the Shield of Baal from the classic box set Deathstorm. The coming campaign book will focus on the Blood Angels and the Tyranids' fight to decimation, and I expect the changes in the Psychic Awakening to be something epic and game-changing for both armies. In this video for now, I'll focus on the Blood Angels' changes and my hopes for the Emperor's 9th Blessed Legion. Although some changes may seem small now, it's actually a really big move for the Blood Angels in the bleak Warhammer 40k story universe as it continues on in its inevitable annihilation in the Blood of Baal book. This will not only see changes to Mephiston but also to Lamates and the under-neglected and underused Ashtaroth. In my mind, these three represent the Trinity of Death. Mephiston covers the mind, body Ashtaroth and soul Lamates. This will bolster those that are marked out for the Death Company, as they may be the only survivors left on Baal. They will need all the help they can get, but I still think there's one thing missing from the hype, which I'll talk about later. For now, I think it's safe to start with what we know. What can I say? Sleek design, smooth flowing cape, deep, thoughtful posture, weighing up the odds against him, standing with an eager snarl, ready to fight the battle of one that knows death and does not fear its massive rival. Even when death has given Mephiston its best shot, the character is still resolute and focused in its aim. Its total command is fully projecting. It's so clear to me that I can almost hear the words, "I am ready for battle, I invite you to your death." Even though I have the old model, this will be the one for the tabletop for me. Mephiston. The Chief Librarian of the Blood Angels has moved forward through the Rubicon process, upgraded even further in his personal evolutions. Standard stats apply for the process of being a Primaris. An extra attack, an extra wound, all come standard. This didn't fix his dark shadows, of course. It still remains entombed in his blood. He's still the uncontested Lord of Death, and his sword in essence is the same, but even that too has gone through an evolution of its own, and has a different name. For all of the awesome design, marketing and point drops of the character, I think Games Workshop have missed out on a trick. I don't feel to really mark the evolution process and entwine the old and new lore of Mephiston, they could have unlocked his true potential as the Chief Librarian. I would have given him a simple new rule to represent his total dominion over the psychic force at his command. Something as simple as Chief Librarian Mephiston. You can re-roll the ones when taking psychic tests for friendly Blood Angel units within 6 inches of this model. Now that would be a true testament to his total control over his raw manifested power, controlling all within his vicinity and really make him a force multiplier for the table. Ashtaroth the Grim. His changes are not all that clear to me, but to really see this model on the table again, you're going to have to reduce the points cost, and I think that's where Games Workshop might be going with this model. Maybe it's his destiny to remain ever the observer, only to arrive at the most bleakest moments to further push the Death Company down into the deep despair and madness of the Black Rage. Moving on to the rest of the Blood Angels. It's no surprise that Primaris Death Company with a shock assault rule entwined with a combat doctrine, driven by the Black Rage, powered by the Red First, will be a stark reminder to anyone why the Emperor wanted the 9th Legion to remain on the edge of the galaxy. It would also make your opponent uncomfortable and have them second guess their own deployment strategies in every game, knowing that they could be guided by Lamates or sent into a dark frenzy by Ashtaroth, even empowered by Mephiston, be it from jetpacks or drop pods. The Death Company can come from anywhere and nowhere is safe. That turn 1 charge is not just likely, now it's more than probable. I am sure we will see these Primaris Death Company on every Blood Angels table. So I want to move on to one thing that's been kept hush-hush, kept very quiet. It's the true enduring masters of the warp. I'm talking about the Librarian Dreadnoughts, tough and resilient characters, leaders with immense weaponry and awash with psychic power. Other than the obvious changes to psychic powers, we have to consider the effects that stratagems will have upon these characters. Imagine the Librarian Dreadnought that can halve all damage, alongside wisdom of the ancients. Then quickened into combat after smiting through a knight's defense, melters blazing against the knight as it closes in for multiple attacks with his Furioso False Halberd. Added with the red first, then choosing to fight again when you think the pain is done. Oh man, the blood will drain from faces. Imagine all of this with a Redemptor. If there could be such a thing. Oh well, a man can dream. Before I go, I have two burning questions, and pardon the pun before I ask. Do you think we will see the return of hand flamers? And the most important one that I feel every single Blood Angel player is asking, where is Dante Prime? Anyway, I've enjoyed my time. I hope you've enjoyed yours. This has been Spekd. PC out.